We have all experienced the misery of a terrible family road trip. The cramped seats, the complaining, the endless question of, are we there yet? Now imagine scaling that experience up to 2 million people, removing the air conditioning, and getting lost in a harsh, sun-baked desert for 40 years. This is the Book of Numbers, the historical bridge between the escape from Egypt and arrival at their new home. It gets its name from the opening chapters, where Moses takes a massive census, counting the tribes to organize a functioning society and military force. These records function as a survival log, documenting the logistics and movements of a newly formed nation trying to navigate to a permanent destination. Organizing 2 million people for travel required an immense logistical effort. They began at Mount Sinai, where they spent a year centering their entire society around a portable sanctuary called the Tabernacle, the tent where God's presence dwelt among them. This diagram shows the arrangement of the 12 tribes. They were assigned specific positions to create a perfectly symmetrical, orderly perimeter around the tabernacle before they ever set foot on the road. The departure followed a strict protocol. After a year of preparation, 2 silver trumpets would sound. The cloud of God's presence would lift from the tent, and the highly organized march would begin. The Israelites began their journey with perfect order and clear divine direction. They were prepared, organized, and moving toward their goal with high spirits. That order broke down almost immediately. Faced with the brutal reality of the wilderness, the march devolved into constant complaining about the lack of water, the repetitive food, and Moses' leadership. When they reached the edge of Canaan, the land they intended to settle, Moses sent 12 spies ahead to scout the territory and report back on what they found. The spies confirmed the land was fertile, but 10 of them returned with a report that sparked mass panic. They described invincible giants and massive, fortified cities that made the Israelites look like grasshoppers. Only 2 spies, Joshua and Caleb, disagreed. They urged the camp to trust the promises they had been given and move forward despite the obstacles. The crowd chose to follow the majority report. Their decision to let fear dictate their actions stalled the progress of the entire nation. God's judgment for this mutiny was a 40-year delay. The generation that refused to enter was condemned to wander this barren canyon landscape until they passed away, leaving the inheritance to their children. These detour years were defined by chaos. At one point, Korah led a coup against Moses, ending when a violent fissure opened in the earth and swallowed the rebels. Later, the camp faced a plague of venomous snakes. To save them, Moses was instructed to place a bronze serpent on a pole. Anyone who looked at it was healed from the venom. They even encountered a foreign prophet named Balaam, who was hired to curse the nation, but was repeatedly stopped by a talking donkey and an angel of God. These bizarre, difficult years served to strip away the rebellion of the old generation, slowly preparing the nation for a second chance. 40 years later, the rebellious generation had died out, and the survivors arrived at the plains of Moab. They were finally standing back at the edge of the valley they had turned away from decades earlier. This chart compares the results of the first census to a second one taken 40 years later. Despite the deaths of nearly every adult from the original march, the population totals for the new generation remained remarkably stable. This new headcount represents a fresh start. It organized the children to finally inherit the promised land their parents had been too afraid to enter. After 40 years of failure and delay, the nation had survived. They were once again perfectly positioned to fulfill their original purpose. As the journey reached its end, Moses passed the leadership of the nation to Joshua. Joshua, who had been one of the only faithful spies 40 years prior, was now tasked with leading this new generation across the Jordan River into the green valley of the Promised Land. The 40-year detour ends with a new generation standing exactly where their parents failed. They had survived the wilderness, outlasted the rebellion, and were finally ready to cross the river.